But, oh, this was one of the saddest parts of the story. The dragon, like, it was the second boy boy dragon that died because he drowned. And this devastated all of them. But, the same night, they went in search of Aw, found Aw, but also found Kit. And Kit died saving Aw. The next day, they buried the boy dragon, and Kit went back to the cave and mourned, kind of. Dragons are not supposed to cry because if they cry, that burns off their light and thus they die. So, yeah. Anyway, Lord Fall becomes ill and nobody knows why, so Rosalind, she just thinks of everything in her power to save him, but it turns out to be useless because what has ailed him is the fact that he has lost his son and also a very surprisingly honorable human who saved his child, his little girl. And this makes me tear up. They're pleading with him not to cry, but he tells them it's already too late. And then Rosalind, who is called Briar with the dragons, if I failed to mention that, like, she's like, no, don't go, I can't lose one more father. She learns along the way that the egg that her mother drank from was one of the eggs that were given by the dragon years and years ago. So, not like given willingly, of course, it was taken from the dragon's cave. Anyway, but still, Lord Fall dies by crying, and the kids bury him, bring Briar back to her home, and then go on to a meeting with the other dragons in the world. So, Rosalind makes her way into the castle, goes, and at this point she's 17, but she looks older. She goes into her mother's room, learning that her mother has died as well as her father, and then she dresses up in her mother's gear, hides her dragon gear, and washes up and everything. She kind of cuts off her talony part. She shaves it off. Anyway. And then she adorns her mother's old gold gloves. Anyway, she steps up to the people and she's just like, hey, this is my crown and I've come back to claim it. And the guy who took over after her mother passed was just like, this is my seat. This is my seat. And you are a criminal. Kai saves her by presenting the scepter, because while he was gone, he came back from the war, went to Dragon's Keep to go and save her. It turned out that Dragon's Keep had been abandoned because by this point, Rosalind and the dragons had already left Dragon's Keep. So he was easily able to find the scepter, the rightful royal scepter of the Pendragons, and to bring it back and to present it as her right to rule, and to prove to the village people that she was indeed a descendant of the Pendragon. This makes everybody else bow before her, and then the dragons arrive, and she's able to recognize she's able to recognize Chol, and the other dragon that I forgot whose name was. Anyway, and also all these other dragons. Now these are all the collective dragons in the entire world. There's not a lot of dragons left. So they land down, and the female dragon's name, whom I cannot remember, quickly takes off Rosalind's gloves, and her talent appears to everybody. And Chol kisses her talon, all the dragons kiss her talon, and realizing the prophecy, Kai takes a sword, breaks it in half, and lays it down at the dragon's feet, and then showing her hands to the rest of the village, she ends the war between dragon and men. Now, my opinion of it. It was really good. I absolutely loved it. It was completely thrilling. And there were some parts where I got choked up, especially when the dragons died, and also Kit, because those characters were some of my favorite characters, and I was like, no. Oh God, which death hit me the most? It'd have to be the dragon that the dragon that drowned. That was the one that got me the most, cause that was my favorite dragon. How would I rate this? This was an 8 out of 10 for sure. And let's see, the grade that I give it would be an A, because I love dragons, so yeah, that's my thing. But it's just the way that it was portrayed, the way that all of that was written, it really showed the characteristics of each character. You're able to kind of relate to each one in a way. So yeah, I really liked this book. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, click the like button down below. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.